Hey, what's up? My name's Ruby, and let's have a look at what's making news today. A teenager from Tassie took to the sky this morning. He's hoping to become the youngest person ever to fly solo around Australia. Weirdly, the guy who holds the current record is trying to help him beat it.
Meet Bob Bramley. Today he said goodbye to his family and flew off on the trip of a lifetime.
First thing when I got up this morning, it sort of felt like it wasn't quite real yet, but being out and now, just as the morning's gone on, it started to get better and better.
At 16 years old, he's hoping to become the youngest person to travel around Australia solo and unassisted.
So it's a 15,000 kilometre journey. There's about 40 stops along the way, and it should take about 3.5 weeks if the weather goes to plan.
Bob spent the last 2 years training for this trip and has even asked some pros for advice, like Oliver O'Halloran. Oliver did a similar trip back in 2017 and is actually the current record holder. But if Bob can complete the journey, he'll take the title.
He's put a lot of planning into it and a lot of effort, and he's feeling the same buzz that I felt 2 years ago. So that's pretty exciting moment.
His adventure has only just begun. But Bob's feeling good and will keep you posted on how he's going.
And speaking of planes, a seriously big one has just taken its first test flight. It's called the Strato launch, and its wingspan is 117 metres across. That's about the width of a footy field. This plane was designed to be used to launch satellites into space, and the 2-hour test flight was reportedly a success. Now we're leaving the skies and heading down to the ocean floor for an underwater announcement. The president of Seychelles decided to talk about protecting the world's ocean from in the ocean. This submersible was sitting 124 metres below the surface.
This issue is bigger than all of us, and we cannot wait for the next generation to solve it.
The president said it's time to act on climate change, and small island nations like his are particularly at risk of disappearing because of rising sea levels. If there's a sport that you're really good at, you might be dreaming about one day when you're older competing in the Olympics. Well, 10-year-old skateboarder Sky isn't waiting around. She's making it happen now.
Sky Brown might only be 10, but believe me, this girl is a skating marvel. Sky has just took first place at the UK Skateboard Championships in Manchester, England over the weekend, which means she's one step closer to the Olympics. Skateboarding will be included for the first time at the Olympic Games in Tokyo next year. Sky is hoping to represent Great Britain, and if she makes the team, she will become the country's youngest ever Summer Olympian. Sky's been skating since she was 4 and went pro at 7. People have been going crazy watching her perform on the boards, and she's got a massive following on YouTube with hundreds of thousands of views. On Thursday, Sky was officially named as part of Great Britain's skateboarding team. She still has to qualify to secure a spot, but after winning this latest competition, things are looking good for Sky.
Now to a segment about animals that are outstanding in their fields. Winx the racehorse has finished her career on a high. After 4 years of dominating her field, she won her 33rd race in a row at the Royal Randwick Racecourse. And jockey Hugh Bowman was pretty stoked, even though he copped a headbutt.
Pretty amazing. She just attracts so much attention and it's hard to put it into words, isn't it?
One thing's for sure, Winx has certainly earned herself a comfy retirement. Now to a tiger who happens to be very good at golf. Tiger Woods, that is. He's just pulled off a seriously impressive comeback and won his first championship in 11 years, proving that he is still outstanding in his field. And meet Vera the Jersey cow, who is literally outstanding in this field.
And I said, "Hello, Vera," and she's answered to it ever since.
Her favourite sport is chasing farmer Phil around the paddock, which isn't really a common pastime for a cow.
And she's been a funny cow. She searches for me when I come into the paddock, and she licks me. Strange cow. I've never ever had one do that in all my years of dairy farming.
Strange maybe, but it looks like Vera's friendly approach is a winner. And that is the show for today, guys. But tell me, if you had to compete in an Olympic sport, which one would you pick and why? Let us know in the comments, and as usual, don't forget to subscribe to our channel.